You know, Aspen, I'm pretty impressed. Usually it's your brother who comes up to greet us first. Usually it's your brother. But he says, this time it was me. He says, this time it was me. Hello and welcome everyone. You're tuned into the Wildcat Sanctuary. I'm joined by rescued cougars Blaze and Aspen. Typical cougar greeting that we just got from Aspen there. Typically a big hiss. Looks like Blaze is coming over. I won't hang out too long with these cougar boys because it looks like they think that I am the food truck. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Cougar Blaze. Yeah, he says, I'll come around this way so I can get a closer look at you. Here's Cougar Blaze coming up to say good morning to everyone as well. Let's see, there are my lovely TWS followers. Tanya Toner's here. Hey, Karen. Jari L. Hey, Sherry V. I'm going to quietly make my way over. Hey, Mr. Aspen. I'm going to quietly make my way over. Cougar Storm is enjoying his morning under perch as well. We're going to be able to see him. Hey, Faith Warner checking in from Florida. Liesla, I love that name, Liesla. Good morning to you. Hey, Hinyata, saying hi to Timber as well. Lauren Elizabeth Lynn has arrived. Hey, Lauren. Looks like we got about 125 people here. Happy to have so many people tuned in live to check in to see how far their support's going for our rescues. We got to see Aspen and Blaze there. Here's Mr. Cougar Storm. Just going to make sure I'm being respectful of this guy here. There you are, Stormer. Yeah. If we can get that exposure right. Keep on saying hi to the folks and be mindful of my tone of voice around Storm. Hey, Deborah. Good morning, Tamara Lee. Hey, Robin Lyons. Hey, Michael Hoffenagel, in between flights. Got a little downtime, get some cat time in. Kathy Sutton. I love their beautiful faces. Those cougar faces are so regal, aren't they? Hey, Kari, thank you for the 50 stars. We're already at 400 stars. Sorry if I missed a couple star gifts right off the bat. Ooh, I gotta get in a different position there. That hurts my toes. Here's Cougar Storm, and this is a precious face who we don't get to see on live posts that much. Very simply because here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, our rescues really get to kind of dictate their life. And Storm, being a wild-born cougar, he has just kind of learned, obviously so, being raised by his mother, that humans are kind of frightening. And obviously we don't want to frighten or upset a cat like Storm, which is why we give him as much space as we need. Caretakers certainly are able to still offer their animal husbandry as they do for all of our rescues, but it's a little adapted, a little different, takes more time, a little more patience, as you always hear us say. But definitely something that I keep in mind when I'm documenting our rescues, knowing that Storm is not so keen on having people around. I wish we could see him a little bit better under there. But I'm happy to see him laying down. He's kind of looking over at Aspen and Blaze. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's see. Let me go through some more comments here. And Aspen and Blaze are, I think I kind of stirred them up a little bit. They were relaxing, and I came over. Aspen walked up to me to see if I had food. Then Blaze walked up to me to see if I had food. Looks like Aspen's. He says, I'm back to relaxing now. Lois A. saying good morning. You're ready to watch your Phillies play the Braves. Go Phillies. Baseball fan, Lois. That's fun. Sure, that'll be a blast. It's like Kathy Barton's up to something, or Hinyata was taking photos of feral cats but only got photos of snakes. Hey Torben, thank you for the 50 stars. I'm kind of just flipping through the comments here, being mindful of Mr. Blaze coming up and doing a drive-by here. Hey there. BJ Allison saying, Storm's a great cougar. He certainly is, and as I said, one of those cats who is just a great example of how we really let a cat like Storm live on his own terms and do things exactly that, on his own terms, and kind of dictate what he wants and when he wants it. And if that's kind of less camera time, man, I wish I could document Storm more, but we want him to have a happy and content, wild-at-heart life. So that's why we savor the moments when we can get glimpses of them. Julie Neville saying, made alive, morning, Storm, and everyone. That's so wonderful. Awesome to have you, Julie. Jeannie Curry saying, Cougar Storm is handsome. He certainly is. And I'm not going to stop by Storm. I'm just going to see if Snow is around. Storm's sibling. So I'm going to just keep moving, Mr. Storm. You don't have to worry about me. That's a strong boy, a courageous boy hanging out right there. See Logan wandering around his free-roaming habitat. Storm's got a couple, or excuse me, Snow has a couple favorite hangout spots. I'm going to walk around to the other side to show you some aftermath of enrichment that was placed in these cats' habitats. But one of Snow's favorite hangout spots is over in that den. So maybe she's over there. Yeah, what do you think, Mr. Blazers? It's a cougar kind of morning this Tuesday. And also on Tuesdays, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we typically have a weekly e-newsletter that goes out. And you probably would have received yours this morning. And it was kind of an all-encompassing Spay Day update. And I'm sure a lot of you were happy to kind of have even more of a thorough update than I've been able to give. And we'll be sharing that on social media in due time. Faith Warner saying, received the email today. Awesome, Faith. Glad to hear you're in the loop. And as I always say, that is the best way to kind of just keep in touch. Yeah, I'm out of here, mister. And that was Storm, just kind of lowering his ears. He was hissing at me. I saw him kind of posturing a little bit. I don't want him to kind of remove himself from sitting down to come up and tell me off. So off we go, Mr. Stormers. It was a pleasant time being able to hang out with you, though. Karen M. saying received her email. Great to see. Everybody's keeping abreast with the recovery of those cats, and maybe just any other questions that you would have regarding those spay procedures that happened last week. Kind of just some cliff notes from the e-newsletter. Obviously all things went well as we reported. Everybody's recovering now. It would have been Polina. We noticed that her uterus was actually slightly enlarged, which could be an indication that she has bared cubs before. And we know that Tarek and Polina were rescued from a roadside zoo in Canada. So that is certainly a possibility that Polina was used, like many of the tigers in the exotic pet trade or living in roadside zoos, used to breed and make more of these cats to profit off of. So good that we were able to get in there and have Polina's spay surgery as well, because our veterinarians noticed a small amount of pyromitra, developing, which is an infection in the uterus and can be life-threatening if not addressed immediately. All right, it's kind of windy day, as you can tell. I got my microphone on, so hoping everybody can hear me just fine. Coming up on the tiger trio here. Looks like everybody's kind of doing their own thing. I see Griffin all the way across the way, doing some grooming. Mr. Zeekers also doing some grooming. These guys must have just had their meal for the day. VJ Allison saying, I can tell you the roadside zoo that Polina and Tara came from wasn't in Nova Scotia. That's correct, it wasn't. It was actually just outside of Ottawa. And that, what would that province be? Ontario, if I'm not mistaken. And Hinyata saying, whoa, Tarek is a dad. We can't confirm that that Tarek would have been the sire to those cubs. Yeah, definitely no confirmation there, but just kind of seeing what we observed during that spay procedure left us with indications that Polina has bared cubs before, but not who sired those cubs. That's frustrating, Karen Daughtry. You're talking about our e-newsletter, and you keep getting booted off the email list. I signed up again and received the email spay update. Little smiley face emoji. Well, sorry about that, Karen. I know emails can be unruly, like a lot of digital technology these days. If we're not dealing with Facebook, we're dealing with emails. And always worth kind of checking your spam folder as well when you think they should be showing up. But good that you're back on the horse again. Let's go see what these boys are doing here. I keep making my way up through the comments. Woo, Wendy. Hey, Lori Singri. 200 stars, very much appreciated. See, Paula Landergan's watching. Hey, Paula. Looks like it's a little potty time for Zeke. When nature calls. Oh, and Lori, thank you for also sharing this live post. You know, that's one of the amazing ways, free ways to help TWS. Ooh, speaking of which, that kind of reminds me, probably would have heard me talk or seen us post about it rather yesterday, that it is, this actually, I think it's kind of new. This is an early Prime Day early access, if I'm not mistaken. I went and was looking and saw some deals myself, and of course realized that I should be shopping through smile.amazon.com. Same old Amazon as you're always used to, but it's actually a special feature where you're able to designate the Wildcat Sanctuary as your nonprofit of choice, and then a portion of what you purchase on Amazon, even if you're not shopping our wish list, you're just shopping these regular old deals that are happening today and tomorrow. Hey, Griffin's going to get a portion of that. Zeke's going to get a portion of that. Snow, Storm, Aspen, Blaze, all of the cats are going to benefit from that. I think the Smile donation this last business quarter we also shared with you all. Jeez, it was something like $4,000 something, and that's that's a lot of money, and it goes a long way. And with it being free, thinking that that's easy money for the cats, with you guys doing that very generous and simple thing. Much appreciated, Mr. Griffin. Oh, that's not Griffin. That's Dimitri. He says, it's me, Dimitri, Goofy. Love kind of the balls and toys in the background there. You know, you have the kind of perches and platforms, the in-ground pools, obviously, but you can see Mr. Dimitri, he might even be tuckered out from playing with some of those toys. It's just great to see that our cats are able to indulge in their wild sides and their playful sides. Chizzy asking, did I bring treats with me on this stroll? You know, Chizzy, I did not. I'm kind of all hands on deck when I'm doing the sanctuary strolls with the big cats. I'm able to bring some treats with the little ones, like the hybrid cats. But I gotta be keeping all my eyes and ears, paying focus on the cats and the phone. But definitely we like including our caretakers on live posts where they can help kind of give treats, and we can get a little bit closer look at some of the cats. But obviously we know our caretaking staff is chugging around and doing what they need to do. See Cougar Denoma sticking his head out of his the exit to his bedroom in the Central Animal Building. Maybe go see if Bobcat Baby Jenga is out. Truthfully, I'm making my way all the way up, kind of the top portion of the sanctuary. I want to poke my head in the new Food and Wellness Center that's coming along splendidly. We would have posted an update on that this last weekend. Cooler was installed. The electricity is being actually kind of finished today in the cooler. And if you remember, it is a cooler and then the amazing kind of Food and Wellness Center itself, which is going to be an enrichment staging area. Oh, I thought you were late. Oh, well, there you are, Mr. Noah. He says, there he is. I'm going this way. Well, they're also probably going inside thinking that I'm going to meet them inside. But then obviously the food prep area itself, new cutting station, washing station. It's awesome. So we're going to drop in there as well and maybe take a ride over to Small Cat Track after that. But I'm kind of putzing along here, maybe seeing if I can catch Bogart or Buddy, Baby on our way. A lot of Bobcats with B names around here, it seems. But nonetheless, hope everybody's doing well today and enjoying their Tuesday. Here's Bobcat Bogart. Mr. BB. Oh, you're so talkative. You're so talkative always. I hope they can hear you how talkative you are, mister. And very, very typical, kind of like your cat at home. They will kind of coax you and lead you towards where they're fed. So, of course, Bogart says, hi, hi, hi. Why don't you come meet me in my bungalow and you can give me some food? I know that my domestic cat, when her food bowl is empty, meows and the meows get louder. It's kind of like you're getting warmer, 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 until I'm right by her food bowl. And then she really lets me know. So Bogart kind of doing that little dance for us. Hey, Mr. Buddy. He says, I'm also enjoying my afternoon here. All right. We're going to head all the way up. And a little bit of a walk here, but I'll be able to catch up on some comments. Tracy F saying, voicing Bogart, Judson, do you have any noms? Nope. Okay. And a little bit of kind of massaging to get me. Ooh, a little garter snake there. Woohoo! Caught me by surprise. Wildlife is still teeming around the sanctuary here in early fall. Hey, it looks like everybody's happy to see Bogart. I'm hoping you guys were able to hear some of his little cooing and vocalizations that he made. Okay. And I want to be respectful of her space, and I do have Bruno and Fiona slated for live post later this week. I don't think that's going to cut the cheese, everyone. But I believe I see Serval Fiona laying under that willow tree over there. So maybe after we see the food and wellness, yeah, that actually it looks like Mr. Bruno, as a matter of fact. So maybe we'll just wait and do that on Thursday, I believe. Jackie was going to do some tuna scattering enrichment. Jesse and Abby, our fearless facilities people, how you two doing?
Good.
Good to hear. Alas, we've made it to the new Food and Wellness Center. And you guys are certainly familiar with the freezer on the right, but something that might be new is the cooler. And so the object kind of here is what we were having to do is we're prepping about 400 pounds of food a day, and that's going to be increasing as we enter the winter months. We had been having to take the frozen meat, bring it into the prep room and freeze it, or thaw it in about a closet-sized refrigerator, not that large. And you can imagine it was a bear. We were even having to thaw some of it at room temp for some time, which can, again, just raise the risk of bacteria developing and things like that. So we just want to ensure that we're safely thawing these portions for our cats, which is where this walk-in refrigerator is going to be huge. And when I say walk-in, it has a door on the front and a door on the back. So they're going to go out in the freezer, right into the front door for the thaw. Everything that's thawed is going to come right out of the back door into the Food and Wellness Center. So streamlined as you would imagine. I don't think you'd expect anything less from the team at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Alrighty. I'm kind of back into a corner here. All right, so here we are. We've entered Kitu's kitchen. You all remember the fun names that we were able to come up with for Kitu's kitchen. We have Callie's cooler. Shame on me for not labeling it by its name. I saw the sign there. And then, of course, we have Winona's wellness room in the front, which is going to be the enrichment staging area. Obviously, we haven't formally switched over to this back room, but that will be coming here in the next few weeks. And very exciting stuff, and I can only imagine we'll be doing more live posts so you can see this amazing building in action. I'm really excited to see these digital monitors that are going to be replacing the whiteboards. We had whiteboards that we had to pull out a ladder for, get out the white erase marker, and climb up and change any kind of minute shift in diet and medications. Well, now we're just going to be able to plug it right into a computer that's attached to all three of these monitors and make those adjustments there. Big cutting tables. I mean, I could sleep on that cutting table. It's so big. And then I had my back to the washing station. And then, of course, the ice maker, which we were able to tack on to this Food and Wellness Center fundraising. The ice maker, pretty cool and kind of unexpected, and what I think is going to be a really productive addition. That ice maker not only making fun enrichment, but is also going to allow us to keep our water buckets at a proper temperature during these summer months. That means less bacteria building up. It also means that we're going to be spending less time going out there dumping and scrubbing water buckets, and they'll just be staying cleaner. So awesome to think that. And certainly keeping a lot of those cats that are more acclimated to the colder temperature, like our lynx and bobcats, cooler in the summer months as well as the geriatric population. So I think onward and forward, we got to get a little more cat time in, folks. Really kind of unplugged from the comments, so I apologize about that. We'll get back into them here. Sheila Cornswift saying, looks amazing. The Food and Wellness Center has come along so well. We agree. And Callie's cooler, Torben, that's right. It is a wonderful way to honor that precious girl. Get to look at that beautiful photo of her and remember her among the many, many special ways that we'll remember Callie. Ooh, Lisa K saying, I bet they can't wait to use the food prep area. I can only imagine their excitement. And poor animal care interns and poor animal caretakers. And when they are doing dishes in the sink that we have right now, when they finish doing dishes, it looks like, basically it looks like someone's thrown an entire bucket of water on them. And we're going to be having higher sinks, and the spray nozzles are going to be a little adapted, and it's going to be a totally different and much more dry experience. And I'm sure some of our volunteers who help out with some chores and more volunteer obligations, they're going to be happy about that as well. Well, hey there, mister. Kind of walking past Ava and the Peppers. I didn't see anybody out and about. See Bobcat and Nikko settling in. Oh, Mr. Precious Boy. Oh, mister. You're such a good man. And Nikko, that's one of our geriatric residents. And Nikko's story, lots of freezing today. That's sorry to see that, Faith. And Nikko is really a special cat in that he's got a lot to teach us, and a lot to teach us about what's happening to cats like him in the world today. Nikko was purchased off the internet by a young college couple. This college couple had since broken up. One of the members of that relationship was threatening to turn the other one in for owning this bobcat. Nikko is being illegally owned in that state, and fortunately, cooler heads prevailed, and Nikko was able to make his way to the Wildcat sanctuary. But a lot to kind of glean about the accessibility of purchasing these types of cats with the internet. It's just a simple click, and regardless if Nikko is illegal to own in that state, many times these breeders and sellers of these wildcats, they're not looking. They see that PayPal payment come through, or whatever electronic payment come through, and off they go. But you can see Nikko presiding over his free-roaming habitat, loaded with plenty of foliage and places for him to bed down. I'm looking actually at a couple big divots in this tall grass over here where him and Rio, have been laying. And speak of the devil, here comes Rio sauntering down the edge of the habitat right now. I think I hear Lana, formerly Karma, in the background. It's kind of waiting for Rio to make an appearance, but I think he may be bedded down. Oh, there he is. There you are, Mr. Rio. And sorry, I'm just going through the comments. Hopefully it wasn't too bumpy service-wise. I can maybe imagine when I got into the prep room, things got a little bumpy. But maybe you weren't able to understand everything that I was saying. We did make a post on the Food and Wellness Center and all of the details on its updates earlier. That would have been this last weekend, as a matter of fact. All right. I'm going to keep on cruising. I think Rio might be stalking something back there. I'm going to double check. Maybe he's found a grasshopper or something. Yeah, I see you kind of got the prowl. That prowling look, Mr. Rio. And I think Rio's another face we don't often get to see on live posts. And also a victim of private ownership, just like many of our rescued servals here. And I know with kind of the proliferation of vertical video and TikTok, I come across lots of these wildcats being kind of marketed on social media as cool pets, cool-looking pets. Their hisses garner lots of likes and views. It's a shame to think that there's now kind of an even more effective platform to misinforming people than there ever was. Some of these social media platforms like TikTok, which is why we're happy to be where we are here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, in a position where we can educate people about the perils of private ownership and some of the suffering that these cats experience at the hands of those wanting to own them as pets. Rio is on the hunt, yeah. He says, I'm on the prowl today. Bobby Z is asking, what is your location? Bobby, we are located in Sandstone, Minnesota. And we are an accredited sanctuary for these rescued cats, and we are not open to the public. And you can always kind of get to learn more about the Wildcat Sanctuary, checking out wildcatsanctuary.org. Obviously, you found us here on Facebook. We're on Instagram, YouTube. You can go to watchwildcats.com. Tons of places to get plugged in and learn more about us. Let's see, Miss Kisa Maria. This has kind of been a long post, Judson. I need to slow my roll here. Oh my gosh, there's no slowing any rolls when Kisa Marie looks this regal in the sunshine. And I know we kind of attribute the Servals to being solar powered, but you have found the perfect sunspot amidst the shade, haven't you, Kisa Marie? Oh my word. I'm having a blast this live post. I love seeing some of these faces who we don't get to see as much. The service had been keeping us from the backside of Wildcat Pines here. Oh, Hillary Boxwell saying, yay, one of my sponsor kitties, Rio. That's so wonderful to hear. That makes me very, very happy. I hear some vocalizing coming from the Hybrid Haven area of the sanctuary to my right. Scrolling through a few more comments. Awesome. I love kind of keeping up with the internal conversation that everyone's having in the comments too. It's just another great acknowledgement. Big yawn, Miss Kisa Marie, for the community that we have here. Jeannie Curry pointing out that Miss Kisa Marie looks totally relaxed. She does. And I would kneel down, but I can only imagine that she would think that I am kneeling down to give her some food, and I want her to keep on soaking in that vitamin D here. I'll zoom out just to give us a little bit of context. So it looks like she's coming over regardless. Hey, pretty girl. And Miss Kisa Marie is 21 years old. Part of our comfort care program, as you would imagine. And I know we were just talking about private ownership, as a matter of fact. And Kisa Marie and her, who she came with as well, Buddy, Bobcat, both were privately owned. But kind of in a different circumstance, where Buddy and Kisa Marie were being owned legally. This owner very much loved Kisa Marie and Buddy, but due to some changes in their life circumstances, they were going to have to be moving, and Buddy and Kisa Marie needed a loving forever home, and they reached out to the Wildcat Sanctuary, and we're happy to be here for Kisa and Marie and Buddy. Kisa Marie being 21 and Buddy being 18 years old. We're absolutely privileged to be offering the same love and support that they've been given for the duration of their lives here in their final chapters. So Kisa Marie, you keep on chugging along. I'm going to just check for Aurora Caracal, and if we don't see Aurora, I'm going to have to wind things up, everyone. It's kind of a busy day for me. I got some video to edit. Believe it or not, it's October, and we're already thinking about Give to the Max in November. So kind of getting our ducks in a row for one of our year's biggest fundraisers, which I'm very excited about. And plenty of other to-dos, as you would imagine. Let's see, Miss Aurora. I don't know if I see you. I just don't know. Let me get into the comments and say goodbye to the folks, though. Maybe Harley and Andre will come up and help us out. Harley, Andre! They're like, oh, we're sleeping in here, If you say so. If you say so, mister. I love that, Beverly, talking about Kisa Marie. Giving true meaning to the word stroll. Kisa Marie's been strolling. We've been strolling. I was maybe hoping Harley and Andre would stroll on out. Admittedly, the hybrid cats spend a majority of their morning clamoring for food. And then once they've gotten their just desserts, they're into their bungalows. They're finding good napping spots. I can't even Probably Benji from his windowsill, apparently. He's had his meal. He's comfy cozy. He's just loving life. So it looks like we won't get any salutations from the hybrid rescues today, but nonetheless, happy we got to have a fun time today. I kind of lost track of all the cats that we've seen. We pretty much started right at the farthest end of the sanctuary and have made it all the way back up to the top. Blaze, snow, or excuse me, storm over snow. Who do we get to see? The Tiger Trio on the way back. We got to check out the Food and Wellness Center. It's really a great jaunt. So I hope everyone enjoyed themselves, and I want to thank you all for tuning in as you do every single day here at 11 a.m. and really just coming together to make life what it is here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, living wild at heart. So thank you again, everyone, and we will see you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary tomorrow.